right, y'all, man. What's good? What's good with you guys? Shamthagod here, alongside with my co-host of all things Call of Duty, Panther 28, Black Panther 28.
Here.
Yeah. So we're back here with another podcast video. So if anybody's new to the channel, you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned to the latest content. We're gonna be talking about the longevity of video games and anime, manga, etc., etc. We're gonna be talking about the longevity of the whole, this whole thing of video games last as long as they do. We're gonna be also talking about animes and what what makes them long lasting, what makes them short lived, because we have a lot of stuff that we're gonna try to cover. So we're gonna start talking about with the video games. First and foremost, with video games. One thing about video games, they've been around for like how long? Like what? I think the early, like the 70s or whatnot. Started from the 70s. So, and from the direction and the way everything evolved within the video game industry, Oh damn! Somebody. Okay. From the way it's evolved, it broke records. It got to it stretched out so far to where you could pretty much make it a full-time job, and doing YouTube and Twitch and stuff, and it's just part of the big culture, but when you get to where you start to critique video games and all that, and when you have people that's really die hard of the whole Call of Duty, Dragon Ball Z, Madden, all the 2K, all that. So when you have people that are die-hard fans, they don't want you to talk about the game, because no matter if it's good or if it's horrific, So, and it's the same thing with anime, because the thing is, he got lit the fuck up. But oh shit. But y'all excuse us if we playing Call of Duty. But yeah, with the gaming industry, hold on. With the way the things going with the gaming industry and the video games and stuff, it's slowed down a lot. It's slowed down a lot. You got certain games now that don't really just hit like they normally do. Like let's take 2K for example, NBA 2K. If anybody play 2K or whatnot, with the direction that I'm going with this, with the microtransactions, with the gameplay and all that. So, it's a lot of people that they'll criticize the game, but you got to understand something. Those people are invested within their game. They invested into it. So, a lot of people are gonna say things about it. They're gonna talk about good and bad about it. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And
if people weren't invested in games, animes, things of that nature, wouldn't nobody say nothing about it? So sometimes people gotta remember, critique is a good thing.
Yeah, you have to critique these things if you want the games to be. If you want stuff to become better. Like I said, with NBA 2K, the problem with NBA 2K is like the stuff that they've been doing it for quite some time now, and a lot of folks they put pressure on them, but then it just all boiled down to okay, who should we listen to in terms of if we're gonna sit here talking about dang, I got my ass blow the fuck off. But yeah, it's all about who we gonna listen to. Like, because now we got content creators such as myself and others, that stream these games, make videos out of these games, make guides and all that stuff out of these games. So, you got a lot of people now that just that's gonna come out and talk about it.
As they should.
You you got to think about it though, y'all. People invest their money into this, especially buying them. Now, if you're getting it for free, then that's a whole nother story. But when you really just when you're taking this time to really invest your time and money and all that into a video game, people are going to criticize it. Just the same way with anime. If I buy the whole volume or a manga and I'm reading it and I don't like the stuff that I'm liking about it, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to say what I'm going to say about it because I invested my money into this series, my time, money, and all that. Especially when it comes down to, if I was a content creator. So, everybody be killing me with all this, this toxic behavior of trying to defend something. You can't defend something. You didn't. I mean, you can defend it all you want, but they don't get you nowhere. Nope. Most people gonna say what they're gonna say about it.
Got your ass.
It's just funny how people try to defend this stuff. You didn't create this stuff. So it's just crazy. Like with the animes, there's so many animes out there, man. It's like, man, it's just swamping. I mean, you got like Solo Leveling, man. The Time I Got Reincarnated, the Slime. Who else? It's so many other animes that people could be watching right now based on age group. If we watch it, like, let's take Dragon Ball Diamond let's take Dragon Ball as a whole for example, because I know a lot of people don't really I know a lot of people talk about Dragon Ball Diamond and all that, but I want to use this as an example because Dragon Ball's been running for a long time now, for a very long time. Been watching it since, back in I started watching Dragon Ball back in the early 90s and all that. I mean, in the late 90s, when Toonami was bringing it out and stuff. So, yeah. The problem is with Dragon Ball, and if anybody get offended by this, what I say about Dragon Ball, it's whatever, because I've been watching anime and video games. Well, video game wise, I've been watching video games for a very long time. Anime, like I said, I've watched it like for like the last 10 years or so. So the problem with Dragon Ball is they don't really do nothing fresh and anything new. That's the problem.
Yup.
That's their problem. Take Dama, for instance. Why would you turn back to kids? What's the purpose of changing them to children?
Bullshit. So,
I never understood the whole thing of changing them back to children again. I don't understand that. Like, what was you trying? I mean, you changed them back to kids. Then, so I mean, when I saw it, I knew right there and then it wasn't going to be a good show. It was going to be a good anime series, So, it just... Oh, man, I got killed. But, yeah, it's just one of those shows, to me, it's like, man, they could have... I mean, I know it was Toriyama's last work, so, yeah, I understand that. So, he wanted to do something... he wanted to do, like, some final or whatnot. But at the
not
same...
that.
But it's just crazy. But yeah, man, I don't know. Like in terms of that show, I haven't even watched it, man. I've seen other people talk about it. It's like 2 people that I watched that talked about it, and they just say it wasn't good. And the thing is, I called it out before it even came out. I called it out before it even happened.
And shit, we knew it was gonna be some bull jive. The way they were, damn, and I was the last kill. Shit. The way they were like trying to push and everything, like it didn't sound any kind of good. And so it was like basically it was like, oh, okay, this is GT 2.0 or negative 2.0, whatever you want to call it.
It just, I mean, it's just a bunch of, and that's another thing that's killing Dragon Ball. It's just certain stuff being recycled over and over again. That's
So
what's
it's
killing
the
it.
thing. It's like y'all ain't really trying. Like, we have so many shows nowadays where, it's more than just fights. But even now, the choreography isn't even good now. Like, nah, I need to, I want story building, something that makes sense, that's good, that goes along with the story. At this point, when you get to a point where you have a series that's been going along for so long, and now you're bringing up things that wasn't mentioned or ever made sense all of a sudden out the blue, out of nowhere, it's like, come on now. Now you're doing way too much. That don't even make any sense. Because how does that even align with the rest of the story from what we've known forever ago?
Yeah, and it's crazy how that storyline takes place between Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super. Please, somebody explain that to me. Like, so, which I see why they did it in between there. I mean, they don't want to mess up the storylines between Super and Z. But the way that it's set up, I'm just like, The way that it's set up, I was like, nah, I can't do it.
You're no good.
And that's why I didn't. And that's why I didn't. That's why I haven't watched it. I already do. Like I said, I called it out before it even, before it even came out. I called it before it even came out. So, a lot of stuff with the animes. Like I said, you got so many good animes that's coming out to where it's like, man, I used to be stuck on two. On watching certain shows, but now that I've opened up and explored more, it's like, okay, yeah, I could like this one here, I could watch this one, and I can sit up and watch this one. I'm like, okay. Like, it's a lot of good animes that you guys should check out.
Alright.
It's just like with video games, you're gonna have some video games that's gonna be like, well, you're gonna have some video games to where it's at first it starts off like, I ain't really just intrigued by it, but then over time it's like over time you look at it and be like, oh, okay, yeah. Like, let's take I don't know if anybody really played what's that damn game? Because it's a perfect example. Damn, it was that zombie game. It was that where you killed a bunch of hordes. I forgot what the name of that dang on game.
Doom?
Nah, not Doom. Days Gone. I think it's Days Gone. I think that's what it is. Like that game.
I'm sorry, my bad. Go
Nah, no, you good. Shit, man. Oh, there he is, hiding. But anyway, y'all. But yeah, like that game, it didn't get low reviews, but as people started playing it, and then they started to catch on to it, like then it became one of them games like, oh yeah, okay. It was just cool. This man was hiding behind the so. There's a lot of games that's out right now to where it's, it's a lot of games out there that's really just dominating in terms of, like let's just take the game of the year, for example. They just announced the whole list of game of the, they just made a list of games that's going to be on for game of the year. Let's see, Wukong's on there, the Elden Ring DLC is on there. Dang, that dude shot me. But yeah, a lot of these single player games, they're the ones that's pretty much always hitting. That they always nominate for Game of the Year. So, and like I said before, it's really been single players and it's been single player and RPG games that's been hitting Game of the Year.
Yup.
A lot of them.
Bro, what do I have going on, brother?
got your head. But yeah, like a bunch of single player RPG games. Those are the games that really dominate. Who is God? Damn, I'm getting lit the fuck up. But yeah, those are the games that really that's really just winning. Like they literally winning. So, the longevity of all this stuff, it's more than just the fan base. For a game to win Game of the Year, it has to, most people. For a game to win Game of the Year, it's not about sales. It's more about like the longevity of it, how long that game gonna last. That's what the longevity of it. Like, you can take an old game such as Sonic and Mario, and it still be relevant to this day. Still be relevant. So, and I mean, it still be relevant. Like, it just, a couple of, let's see, what's it been, like a couple of weeks ago, with the whole Sparkling Zero. When you got games like Sparkling Zero, Metal Gear Solid, you got all these old games, these old nostalgia games. Of course, they're gonna make a certain amount of money. They're going to make a certain amount of money because they're old, they're nostalgic. Those games in particular they're not really just made to hype things up. Like, they just something to collect,
Wow, that just happened to me. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, you can lit up, ain't you?
Ah, man, that motherfucker jumped out the window. I'm shooting this motherfucker while it's in the air, and motherfucker still kills me, apparently.
Well, you know how this Call of Duty. Yeah, and Call of Duty is another example. Call of Duty is this game here is a perfect example of longevity. Think about how long Call of Duty been out, y'all. Just go Google it and see how long, and look how long it lasted now. And with all the problems that it had. It's not gonna listen. That's because it's just that the fan base, they hype it up so much. Like, literally. The fan base hypes up all these games and stuff. And they'll say some outrageous stuff like, "Oh, this guy gonna win Game of the Year." I'm like, really? No, it's not. It's not for to win no Game of the Year, because you got, like I said, it takes more than the sales for it to make it to be Game of the Year. Y'all be so fixated on games that's gonna win game. Oh, it's gonna win Game of the Year because it outsold this game or outsold that game. No, it's not gonna outsell. I mean, just because it outsold this popular game or outsold this popular game. That's not how it normally works. That's not how it works.
Nope.
Sales are sales. They just you gonna buy it or you're not gonna buy it. It's once you get it and how long you can keep it. It's when you buy it. It's like how long do you stay on it? Like Elden Ring, and games like Elden Ring, Call of Duty, 2K, they all last. Those are some of the games. Like, hold on, Elder Scrolls. You got so many other games that holds up in terms of longevity. So yeah, it's just weird how people they'll take a game that's nostalgic and then be like, "Oh, it's gonna win Game of the Year." No, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, it sold more than the other game. No, it's not. Hell, just take this year. Take this year's the Video Game Award Game of the Year nominees. Take a look at that list. most of those, the majority of those games is either single player or RPG.
Yep.
Those are the ones that's gonna always be in the Game of the Year category. And if you don't believe me, look back the last 3 years of the nominees that was in the category and the ones that won it. Let's go back and see. Cause that's where everything at now. Like, you're gonna have other you're gonna have you got good fighting games, you got good sports games and stuff like that, but
they not gonna make it.
No, they're not gonna make it. Hell, Madden. That's now that one game I was buying like loyally. I was buying it like every year, but when they start doing the same stuff they were doing like last year, they did, and then they just tweaked it a little bit. It was just a cutoff. Like I said, they have to. If in order for some of these games to really be like, for them the last, they need to have crossplay. That's first and foremost. I'm just gonna say that. You gotta have crossplay, because a lot of people don't just play on just Xbox, or everybody don't have an Xbox, everybody don't have a PlayStation. Everybody has their own. They have their own preference when it comes to their own game systems. So you gotta have crossplay. You gotta have that. That's first and foremost. Then you gotta have like stuff that you could kind of create, because a lot of people like to create stuff. There's a lot of people like create their own characters. They like to create certain stuff.
Yep.
What else? If you're gonna have microtransactions to these games, don't go overkill with it, because a lot of people like to go overboard with that, and then you gotta pay all this pay to win stuff. That will ruin the games though. That will kill it. So it's just certain things now. The gaming industry has changed and came a long way. And I mean, it came a long way. And I've been playing video games for like the last 30 years of my life. So, so when I see a change and I see the direction that it's going, I see that's a good thing. It's entertainment. It's something that we could go to, especially when you have like a hard day at work, or, you just, you need to just chill out and relax. So, oh goddamn. So yeah, man, that's just some of the stuff some of the stuff we just covering on this video, this little short video. Like I said, everybody have teachers on. We ain't on here to talk about nobody, cast out nobody, or just talk about, oh well, don't play this game and all that. No, it's just it's just something I just want to cover, because a lot of people keep talking about this game and that game gonna make Game of the Year and all that, and that is not true. Just because it has high sales, or because it's it outsold this game or outsold that game. Certain games have a longevity based on. Certain games have a longevity, based on how they can keep their fan base on the game. That's all.
Yep.
That's the thing.
If you ain't making it better for the consumer, man, shit. So what?
So, but other than that, I mean, that's just something that I want to share with y'all, man. Just a little, when I do this stuff, I just like to share my thoughts, me and Panther. I know I haven't been doing any. I haven't been doing much content as lately, though, man. It's been kind of, like I said, it's been kind of tough on us, work and all. So, yeah. But other than that, y'all, man, that's gonna do it for this video, because we trying to win this game on here. So, get a chance to chop it up with you guys about some stuff, If I want to come down to, video games.
Video game.
But anyway, man, if you guys if y'all enjoyed this video, hey, make sure you guys like, share, comment. You know, get it out there in the algorithm so we get out we can get to 400. So, or at least try to.
Yes, sir.
But other than that, y'all, man, this is Shamthagod alongside with my co-hosts of all things Call of Duty, BlackPanther28. Man, we're going to catch you guys on the next video or live stream. And we out of here, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Peace.
Peace.